Hey, you're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm Lisa. And okay, so we got this Queen of Pentacles, this loving, nurturing, financially stable, abundant queen is moving on from a bad situation to a better situation. It's interesting because I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, she came up in a bunch of readings last month, and the May monthly reading about the Divine Feminine, I feel like she might be in that. I'm going to link that one because it probably links back to the other ones prior. But when I pull this down, oh, we got the Three of, oh my gosh. So what I'm getting from this is that, wow, it's like she's kind of reuniting with her tribe, her work tribe. Like there's a big work opportunity that's coming online for her, and it's going to, it's going to be like a reckoning. Like this work opportunity, I think, is going to elevate her from this sort of abandoned, left behind situation in her family. And that's going to help her move on from this bad situation. Yeah, so we got the Wheel of Fortune underneath. She's going to be elevating to Empress status. That's the that is a reading, this is the ultimate Divine Feminine, so that's really interesting. And yeah, it looks like there's an integration of something hidden. There's all this truth coming out with this sort of stalker energy, and that's kind of it's like there's two things happening at the same time. Like it looks like there's this like family situation that's been like kind of dragging this person down, or holding them back from reaching their potential, we'll say. And then at the same time, there's this work opportunity that's coming online that's going to maybe give her the resources that she can sort of move through this situation. Is kind of what I'm getting. Because, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is a hard worker. So that's super interesting. Like, I feel like this really goes along with the monthly Divine Feminine May reading. Okay. So I'm going to go to the Mystical Shaman next. Oh my gosh. It's kind of a related message. So the spiral, this speaks to like sort of repeating cycles that happen in life. It's like, there could be like, they're like karmic cycles, you know? So it's like, it might change, like the people or the situations might change, but it all traces back to this sort of same karmic situation. And it's like a thing where you have to like heal the energy in your aura, and oftentimes it'll trace back to a family situation, because that's sort of like where you get a lot of like your foundational energies in your aura. And so it's like until you like go back and confront the situation in your family, you're going to keep repeating the same pattern. And so this speaks to sort of an awareness about that, so that you can like heal that and attract a new situation. So it's like, that seems like this is like happening all at the same time. Like there's some familial situation that she's suddenly like gotten awareness about, and at the same time she's like elevating herself in the sphere of work into a different energetic situation. And then we have the Child, which is like a new beginning, and it's also, this is a card of redemption. So it's like, it's almost like there's been this unjust situation that's like held this person back for a long time, and maybe she hasn't even necessarily been aware of it, but now she's finally being redeemed, you know? So like sometimes you get into these situations. So example, this thing is happening with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in the press right now. Like Amber Heard, she really aligns with traits of like narcissism. So there's a thread about narcissism here too. So she aligns with these traits of the narcissist. And so oftentimes it's like when you have a narcissist in your family, whatever deficiencies that person has, they will like project them onto you. So you can like go through your whole life carrying around this guilt and this shame for things that aren't even your things, and like not even necessarily even recognize it, and like keep attracting like those same sorts of people into your life and keep carrying this guilt for this thing that you never even did until you sort of like snap out of the pattern. So that's like kind of an example. And I think it's a thing that like happens a lot, you know. And even just like right now, there's all this stuff going on with Russia and Ukraine, where like Russia or Vladimir Putin kind of, he exhibits a lot of narcissistic traits too, and he is kind of being a bully and projecting all this stuff onto, you know, the neighboring country. And so they're kind of trying to break that karmic cycle, you know. So it's just like interesting how like these energies sort of come up universally. And I don't know, it's just kind of like, it's kind of like awe-inspiring to see that kind of stuff being healed on a universal level, because you're just like, wow, you know. But I feel like there's definitely an issue happening with narcissism right now that's being healed on a, you know, like global level, at the level of countries, and at the level of families. Like it's happening. Okay, so yes, so we have the Eight of Swords. So this is a card of fear and anxiety, and there is and interestingly enough, what I was just talking about about like overcoming these sort of patterns, there was a reading about that called Overcoming Fear and Patterns of like karmic patterns of abuse, or something like that, where this card came up. So this is immediately what I thought of. But then we have Justice, we have the Seven of Cards, which this is like a liar, cheater, thief, or like often like a narcissist who's like not able to accept things how they are, but like living in their own bubble of reality. But what's interesting in this case is that, well, for one thing, there's all these birds, which I think often represent like the truth, and this liar is like running away, like they're running away, you know. So it's just sort of like there's justice happening, and it's like this person is being exposed to the truth, and they're kind of like trying to run away. Meanwhile, this person is kind of having to stand their ground and really work on healing their own energy. You know, the person who's maybe been sort of victimized by this narcissist, having to work on sort of healing their own energy and creating this bubble of peace around them, and just like working on raising their own energy, and also having like strong boundaries around them to keep them from being like continually victimized by this energy. So it's just like, wow, like this person is finally sort of like figured out, and look, like they've drawn this boundary from this liar, and this liar is like coming to them, but like look how they're in totally different energies. Like this person is in this totally blue energy, like there's this light being shown on this person, like they're being exposed, and this person is totally, it's almost like they're rooted, like there's all this root energy, like they've finally gotten this strong foundation, and they're not going to be knocked off. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is moving on from a situation that does not serve you. And it came out right under this, towards a better situation. So I'm going to go to the Bianco Nero to get some on the ground. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so we have a message coming in, or something changing really fast. We have this Tower, which this fell out right under the Justice card. We have the Six of Wands, which this is a card of victory, and oftentimes after some sort of difficult situation. And then we have the Five of Cups, which is, you know, there's disappointment and there's loss. And there's 3 cups that have been spilled, you know, by all of this. A lot has been lost, but this person, like, this card is like cautioning you to focus on the positive. Don't focus on the loss. Turn around, face the 2 cups that remain, and keep moving forward. So, wow. This, I mean, what this looks like, you know, in general, is sort of like, there's a reading called Healing a Generational Curse, but it's almost like someone's like confronting this cycle of abuse with sort of like a narcissistic energy, and sort of breaking the chain. It's like, I'm not gonna take on this abuse. I'm not going to absorb this blame. They're stepping into their own power, and they're like demanding justice for themselves, and they're moving forward. All right, I'm gonna go to the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, so under the deck we have purity. So this is like a blank slate, you know, like it's like this fresh coat of snow before it's gotten like all dirty, you know, but it's just sort of like, this really reminds me of redemption. Because it's like starting over from scratch almost. And then we have like, these are like sort of 2 opposite sides of the coin. We have extremes, which is like, I mean, like, this is almost like the narcissistic energy, where they're just, you know, when confronted with this, they're liable to react in an extreme manner. And that's why people don't like to confront narcissists, because it's just like so much drama that it's not worth it, you know. Then we have nourishment, which is like the other side, the person who's like having healing. I love this one too, because it's got the cheese, and like, I'm a cheesemaker. But yeah, this person is finally maybe being healed from this energy. Ooh, this is a profound healing energy. But like, it's like this healing is necessary, I think, to elevate this person to the divine feminine empress status. This is like happening. It's like in motion. So yeah, we're moving through the tunnel, and I'll check back soon with more progress.